Praise Lord, I thank God for giving us this wonderful privilege to be here this Friday morning. I hope you are all keeping well and staying safe. Today I'm here to remind you of a couple of things that has changed me personally over the last years. For that, I would like to turn your attention to Ephesians 5 verse 1 and 2. Ephesians 5 verse 1 and 2. Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. I would like to make it in 3 points so that it's easier for you to remember, because I really want you to take it up in your lives. The first point being live loved. 1 John 4 verse 10, it says that for Christ loved us first. It was not we who loved him. It's not because we loved him, but because he loved us first. Jeremiah says that I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Guys, today when Christ looks at us, he looks at you as perfect masterpieces because he was our artist. He created us, and he does not look at us and say that, hey, that guy is not good enough, that son is not good enough of mine, that daughter, she's just not that perfect. No, that's not how he looked at us. He looks at us saying that is my son, that is my daughter. So today when you look at yourself, live knowing that you are loved. You have the love of Christ in you, and he loves you in complete abundance, and he has lavished that love on you. Secondly, imitate God. What does it mean to imitate Christ? To imitate Christ means to take up how Christ was on this earth. Christ was he was kind, he was compassionate, he was genuine, he was humble. He had a prayerful life. He was in constant communication with his Father in heaven. He also lived from a place of peace or rest, knowing that his Father would take care of things. And that is the kind of ideal life that we should be aiming to live. To live knowing that no matter what happens, to have peace that surpasses all kinds of understanding, because you know that God is the creator and he has it all in control. To live knowing that you are in complete love, in completely good, healthy relationship with the Father, irrespective of what is happening around you. Even when Jesus had disciples on the earth, he had people talking about him behind his back. He still made sure that he had a prayerful life. He had a good communication. He had good relationship with his Father in heaven. He could have been satisfied with what is on earth, but he didn't. He knew that the Father had taken control of everything. He was completely kind and compassionate and humble in his identity. And what is our identity today? Irrespective of what we are as guys or girls, as sons or daughters, as the AG Sunday School, our first identity always comes as our identity in Christ. And no matter what happens, we are living in this global pandemic season, and our identity today even stays the same, that we are Christ's creation, we are his sons and we are his daughters, and that never changes. And because we know that we are his sons and daughters, also realize that we have the true potential of living exactly like how Christ was on this earth. It's not easy. It's not easy to just live a life knowing that you can't get mad at someone, you can't live in complete humility, but it's always a process, it's always a journey, and we are living towards that aim in our life. That being the second point, the third is to love others. To love others comes from a place where we are filled with complete love within ourselves. Like I told beginning, know that you are loved. Christ loves you so much that he gave his only begotten son to die on the cross for all of humanity, for all of the sins. It was not even for the people who lived in that time, but for all of the creation that would come in the coming years or decades. So to know that Christ loves you irrespective of age, gender, time, distance, location, your cultural background, your language, be it whatever, he still loves you. And to know that no matter what, you are filled with complete love. Nobody else or nothing else can be equated to the love that is in you and me today. That when you reach that point of realization is when you can function from a place of knowing that, hey, today, or not today, but I am filled in Christ's love, or I am filled in his love always and forevermore, irrespective of what you do. This does not give you the guarantee to do whatever you want and still say that Christ loves you. Yes, he does love you, but it should come from a place where you are in complete adoration and in complete submission that Christ loves you so much. And so because you know this, you function and you live from a place where you are able to love others unconditionally, irrespective of what they behave or how they behave to you. If your sister fights with you, you live from a place knowing that my sister fights with me probably because she does love me somewhere in the bottom of her heart, but it's just a momentary thing that your argument lasts. So to come to that place where your mind tells you that she does love you, she's your sister, that is the place, that is the kind of place that you will be when you know that you are filled with complete love. I know it's not easy, it never is easy, but guys, our existence or our journey on earth or as humans is to reach that goal and always live striving towards that goal, to know that we have an ideal, our ideal is Christ, to know that we are always loved beyond comparison, beyond measure, no matter what we've done. To know that is the biggest blessing that we have today, tomorrow, and from the years to come. No matter what pandemic hits us, no matter what happens on this earth, one thing that always remains constant and never changes is this. I hope this word blesses all of you. Thank you.